Howdy, and welcome to The Takeout, a podcast where we like to get our energies from aluminum sources.
Aluminum foil?
Sometimes. Cans.
Reynolds wrap?
Dude. That means a lot of things from where we're from. Yeah. Yeah. That's right, the guy with no rhythm. My right hand man, Mr. Google himself. Drew, I can't boogie, but I'll still eat you. Watsonizer!
At least you didn't say that I eat my boogies.
No, dude, why would I say that?
I've been known to pick my nose.
I should have said I still pick you. I can't boogie, but I'd still pick you.
Okay.
I don't know, it fits a little bit more. It's a booger. And you pick boogers, right?
I've been trying to have you pick one
Oh, I don't care.
4 minutes now.
I didn't want to go too hard, bro. You cried last time.
And cry.
You've been crying. When
didn't
I come
cry.
hard, you cry.
Right, you need to find that nice middle ground.
Dude, there is
Where
no.
where it's hurtful.
There is no middle
Not
ground.
soul crushing.
No, that's all depends on
Fine. Then I'll start getting skinny, and then you can just do
Call
whatever
you
want.
toothpick?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. And the guy who can never diss his friend. Not well. Your host with the most.
Packs of roofies for a rainy day.
See, that's not even that great, dude. It's just rapey. You're just lucky I'm not sensitive.
There's 2 out of the 5 letters in there. Rape and great.
I do like grape soda. And the guy who enjoys grape. Carl Jones!
Yeah, you look like you enjoy grape.
I do. I enjoy it a lot. You can't grape the willing.
Smucker's
Let's get into it. Drew, why you gotta make inappropriate jokes about stuff like that?
because the people of Concord won't do it themselves.
Wow, dude. I think you offended our audience.
If you live in the Concord area or Concord itself, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but it's trash.
Leave a comment down below and let me know how you feel.
Let me know how trashy it is.
There's got to be a Concord in every state, right?
I
Because I think
I feel like there's a Greenville in every state.
Oh, there definitely is a Greenville in every state.
Like, I just tell people I'm from Greenville and let them figure it out later.
Actually, one of the other ones that we have in another episode actually does have to deal with 2 different cities, 2 different states, the same city name. It's a little weird. We'll get into that way later.
Way down the road.
A couple weeks from now.
Yeah. It's actually cool that we got some stuff planned out. Now we can kind of hint what
Right.
we're going to be doing. What, real quick, Drew, what's today's plan? What did we decide today?
We decide that we're going to give our 2 cents.
Ooh. How's that different than any other time?
There's 2 of us and 2 cents. Because this time we're actually going to go directly to the source and tell them. So we've gone on Reddit, the NoStupidQuestions subreddit.
Ooh.
And we've picked specific questions, and we are going to give our advice.
Well, Drew has picked a lot of these.
Yes.
We try to leave at least one of us a little bit unknown.
Right. So we're going to give Carl's opinion.
Yeah, you don't need to pay me. I
Mine
give it for free.
Mine doesn't shine through anyways.
I'm just louder.
So we're going to type them up, and we're going to send them in a comment to the people that have asked.
For help.
Kind of.
Yeah. Dude,
They asked the question, we'll give the answer.
I realized a long time ago, if you're just loud, you win, right?
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, just be loud like a siren.
Unless it comes to like an election or something.
I don't know. Trump won. He was the loudest.
Yeah, but then he went against Biden and lost.
Yeah.
It's not like Biden.
Yeah, Biden wasn't very loud. Can't even ride a bicycle.
He can't do a lot of things.
Probably like chew his food.
He can't skip his 2 o'clock nap.
Y'all forgot to blend this for me again. Dude, at what point did we look at, like, Grandpa went, okay, he's ready to handle this.
Okay. Save it. Towards the end of this episode, I have a question that gets kind of on that topic. And we'll go into it a little more depth before we type it up.
Okay, so before we get into Reddit, I've been waiting to talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been hearing all about it.
I don't know if you've been waiting to talk about it, but we went to a wedding.
Yeah, we went to a little wedding.
We went to a wedding. We made little videos. We have a couple pictures. I don't know if we put our video up yet of us at the wedding, but
that's gonna get copyright struck immediately.
What?
All of it.
The one did.
The music was very loud.
The one
in all the videos.
Well, the one did.
Yeah.
And I just said screw it anyways and kept posting it. And they just left the music on there. It was like...
Was it on your personal one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was like, it said, is like, this is banned in 50 countries. So I looked, and the first one was like Afghanistan. And I'm like, good, I don't want the tourists seeing it. They don't need to see our love.
Now who shot down our audience?
I'm just saying, they have a high population of tourists. Okay, we got school shooters. They got tourists. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what you're known for.
New Hampshire, Concord, New Hampshire is where I was looking.
New Hampshire.
I'm sorry. I'm still on like 4 things away. I'm still back on Concord grapes. Why are they Concord grapes?
I don't know. Probably where they come from.
New England, it says.
Yeah, but
why specifically Concord?
That's just where they're grown. Just like why champagne's just champagne because it comes from France.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about
Concord, Massachusetts was developed in 1849.
So these grapes. Do you think these grapes was there before then? And they found them, or did they like get them
wild
to grow
grapes
there?
are a thing.
Well, I know, but doesn't mean they're always growing in like the new places you go.
So I looked up Smuckers.
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
We have a Smucker's plant right down the road.
Yeah, we do. That's the one that I was looking at. I was like, that's not possible.
Yeah, it's actually right by where I live. I applied there once, right? And they were like, they called me, and it didn't say how much they were going to pay you. So I asked them, and they're like $14 an hour. And I was like, ma'am, I can get more at Sheets, the local gas station.
Yeah.
Like, not to be rude, but why
Today
would
everybody goes to Sheets.
I was like, why would I work for you? You know, and she's like, well, good point. There is a bonus if you show up on time. Okay, so
that struck you out right away.
Well, not just that.
I roll in 5 to 10 minutes late today anyway.
Dude, I hate that shit because then it's like, well, at any point they could just go, well, we're not going to pay you that because of this arbitrary rule. No, I want it guaranteed. Like, you either pay me or you don't. I hate that bullshit.
Like a signing bonus.
But the signing bonus is a little different. You sign, they give you automatically, and it's not part of, like, what you're getting paid.
Dude, I'm really pissed about Pennsylvania being an at-will state.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but unfortunately, I'd much rather have it that way. Because once you get in and you see, like, places with unions, you ever see the fucks that just, you cannot kick them out? Look at the problem with teaching. Tenure, then no one can fucking leave, and then they just pass around bad teachers over and over.
Yeah.
They just do a little wheel. They all just pass them until eventually they get back to where they started, and they're all just shitbags. Same thing, I feel like probably the police and things like that also have some of those situations. But the wedding was wonderful. Getting back to this wedding. Wonderful. We took a bunch of pictures.
Yes, you took a whole bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
I did take some pictures at the very end.
Ooh. You were in the back of some photos.
Yes, I was.
We found that.
I was very large and in charge in the back of a lot.
But I went ahead and I took some artsy pictures, right? Not just pictures of people, but...
As you do.
As I do, weird artsy pictures. I edited them, made them look all fancy and nice. And then I went ahead and posted them, right? And I never really put watermarks or anything on my photos.
Within a day.
Not even a day. It was literally in 10 minutes. The next post about their wedding... it was a priest that they had there who's from the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
He's not even from here.
Yeah.
He got flown out here for the wedding or whatever. I ended up looking at his post. He stole 2 of my pictures. And
3.
Yeah, 3 of them. And just posted them right on it. Right above mine. And then he got more likes. And people were commenting, beautiful photos on my photos.
So what'd you do?
Well, first I was really pissed.
Yeah.
First I was livid, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I was hot. And I was like, man, I should go do something, like report this fucker or something. So I go on, and the first thing I do is just like my photos. I don't like the whole thing. I just go on.
Just your individual
Just
ones.
my individual one. So he knows and I know. Right? Then I sat there and I thought about it.
Does he even know your name?
I don't know. He's in the video. We danced together. Yeah. We danced together. But,
That was before he stole my photos.
yeah, before. But, then I sat there, I thought to myself, I was like, this is kind of cool. That my photos, someone looked at them and went, those are so nice that they want to get Riz off of my photos. Like, my photos are so nice. They're like, I want to do that.
I'm going to steal them.
I'm going to steal them. Then I was like, that's kind of cool. I learned my lesson. I'm going to put some watermarks on my shit now.
Well, he didn't make any money off of them or
No,
anything.
and I'm not too hurt. It's not like I'm making money off my photos. But, like, I went from being angry to going, well, this is kind of cool. I didn't realize I was at this level yet. That people were like, let me steal his photos.
You should have put a comment or something and go, property of Carl Jones Incorporated or
I
something.
thought about tagging myself in those.
Yeah.
Because I could just tag myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't care. If he wants the Riz, he can have the
you
Riz.
did.
It looks like he needs it.
Wow.
But that's all I'm saying. If he's willing to steal it and he wants it that bad, he probably really needs it.
Yeah. I was just excited to kind of get away.
Yeah?
I took a Friday off of work,
Mm-hmm.
and then we drove out there casually.
Yeah.
Wasn't really that far away. Got a hotel room. Had some nice time in between with the two of us.
Yeah. It was a beautiful time.
Yeah.
Absolutely fun time. We ended up knowing, well, I didn't think I would know too many people there. Ended up knowing half the people there.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people there.
My own family was there and I didn't realize it. Kinda.
In the eyes of the Lord, yes.
Yeah, in the eyes of the Lord. My mother-in-law's son, or mother-in-law, my godmother's son was there.
That's the one I photobombed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, it was funny. And then there was a guy that I just recently cut that was there. Like, he came in, we talked about weddings, didn't realize he was going to that wedding, and then he was there.
I was super happy that I knew a lot of people there, although the point is a lot of people change.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen a group of those people in a long time, at least a decade.
Yeah.
And they look completely different, but their whole facial structure is the same.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I remember you. I can't put the name on it. And then, 2 hours later, I'm like, I know your name.
Yeah, some people look exactly the same and some do not.
A lot of people change.
They change. Well, their style changes.
Yeah.
But I don't, like, a lot of them still look the same.
I'm curious if it gets to a point where, like, you stop looking different.
No, I think it gets worse probably the older you get. Just because your ears grow, your nose grows, then your face droops.
Okay.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's how they do the older photos. They know they can, like, basically calculate. And go, okay. And then someone like us, they already see the pre-wrinkles forming.
Yeah. No, I hide them real well with the beard.
Not me. Not my crow's feet, not my little laugh lines, but that's good.
Then you wound up staying in a cabin.
Oh, yeah, all by myself. That was nice.
All by
myself.
What was it, like 11-person cabin or something? You comfortably could have fit 30, 40 people in there.
Mm-hmm. They said no more than 7. It had 6 beds, but 2 bedrooms.
Right.
There's 2 in the one room, 3 in the other, and then one of the couches must have folded out.
But you thought it was a hunting cabin and it was in the middle of the city?
Well, they said it was a hunting cabin. That's what it said. And I was like, cool. And, it was it's 6 minutes away from our venue. The venue. And the venue was kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was really in the middle of nowhere.
So I was like, oh, this must be like a nice little cabin. Then as time, like, right before I got there, they're like, oh, by the way, there's also a flea market in the same place. Don't worry. It shares the same kind of like driveway, parking lot. But then won't bother you. And I'm like, cool. I get there, and it's actually like in the small town. Like, it's not away from anything. It's like, you're driving country, then where all the houses are, that's where it's at.
Right. Big enough to, like, not have a McDonald's.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's small enough not to have a McDonald's. But it's still decent. There's still, like, 40, 50 houses by me. Well, I mean, I didn't care. I showed up. I rented it for 2 days. It was $90 a night, cheaper than any hotel, closer than any hotel.
Yeah.
So I got there on Friday night, slept, woke up, did a bunch of shit, then didn't use it again until Saturday night. Then they left me a 5-star review like, oh, you were so clean. You didn't really... He put everything back. And it's like, no, I just didn't touch nothing. I slept in one bed and that was it.
Away.
Yeah.
So, can we also talk about the bar? Did you get a lot of drinks at the bar?
Dude, they were kind of sassy, weren't they?
Yes, they were sassy. And I pulled an immediate move from you. I only had big bills on me. So I went up the first time, fucking let them know that I was putting a big bill in the fishbowl. And he was mine for the rest of the night. That was the only dude that I went up to. I didn't even go on the other side. But, no, the drinks were kind of...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They were upper drinks. First off, the beer choices, I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I didn't like... I mean, come on. What's wrong with good old Miller Lite?
Right.
Yeah, it's not the best, but...
I would also say that I probably drank $200 in Michelob Ultra.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you have to. First off, the DJ there only knew one thing, and that was hype.
He knew hype.
Dude, I don't think there was a slow dance. Maybe one.
Yeah. And
the whole night.
Yeah, at the very beginning, which is the one song that I danced... one of the two songs that I danced to. And it was a slow dance, and it still wasn't even really that slow.
What was it? Do you remember?
Forget.
But, like, and we danced for a long time.
Yeah.
What, the wedding was done... We had to be there at 3. I think the wedding was done by 4:30 or something.
Yeah.
So by 5, everyone's partying, and it didn't stop till 11.
It
was only hype music.
There was a little rainstorm outside. That kind of aggravated me, but I guess it's a good blessing or whatever.
Yeah, it's good luck. And it didn't rain that hard. It dribbled a little bit, and then it kind of stopped. It could have really stormed.
I don't know, man. I walked back inside, and I don't know if it was the sweat or whatever, but I was a different colored blue.
Well, you also had... This is the type of shirt you had.
Yeah.
They changed colors really easily. But it looked good on you.
That DJ, though, going back to him...
Mm-hmm. Do you see the subwoofer he had?
No.
Okay. So, like, mine... I think the biggest one I ever had was, like, a Max 700 is what they called it.
Yeah.
And that's that half stack that I had. That was, like, 700 watts.
Yeah.
And you know how loud that thing was. It could shake a whole neighborhood. This dude had, like, a Max 20,000. I was looking at it. Dude,
oh, God.
Did you see that big black thing that went from, like, the one side of his desk all the way to almost the opening of that door? That was one bass speaker.
Wow.
That huge ass. And I'm like, dude, you don't need that.
I don't think it was him. I think he is actually part of the venue, and like that's theirs, and like
that's a little overkill. Like,
I think they literally just give you the whole experience.
That's awesome. I just think, like,
except for photographers, probably
whoever talked them into buying their equipment oversold them. Because let's say I was doing a live event,
right?
Me and you were going to do a band thing there, and even in that huge thing, my 100-watt would be more than big enough to plug into and play for everybody in there.
It was crazy for a 500 people house party we had.
Dude, I know. And this dude had something fucking 200 times more powerful than that. It's like, what are you doing?
So there are two other gripes that I have.
Okay.
The first one, which probably really didn't bother you, is the parking. Mm-hmm. When you have... 200 people whatever thing.
It was
and
weird.
You really only have enough space for 40 cars.
Yeah.
That's not really great.
Yeah, and you should have warned people like, hey, parking lot full down, walk. Because, like, it looked... I knew better than to drive down that driveway. So the way it worked, they had like a dirt lot at the very top, then a little driveway that went down, then a cement place where a lot of people parked.
Right.
And I just, something told me like those spots are probably already taken. Just park here and walk down. So I kind of lucked out, but I watched many cars kind of go down.
And then turn around and come back up.
I had to turn around, come back up. It was just, very congested.
I'm glad I went when I did, because when I got down there was like 2 cars in front of me, and the left side of the parking lot was full, and the right side of the parking lot was full, and there was kind of enough room in the middle for another row.
Yeah.
And the people in front of me started making another row, so I was like the third one in that middle row.
In that middle row.
So I still got enough time, and whatever. The other thing that really pissed me off, being a big guy, they had plastic fucking chairs. And not plastic folding chairs.
Mm-mm.
They were literally put together like Legos.
Yeah, they looked kind of like glass. But
Yeah,
they were clear plastic.
They were clear plastic. They were acrylic. Now, I thought that was only going to be outside. Then we were going to have a little sturdier chairs on the inside.
Yeah.
No, they were all the same chairs. They were all just plastic built-up chairs. That made for a very uncomfortable night for me.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, they were weird. They weren't the best chairs, but I barely used them.
I know you barely used them.
I was a height machine like all night. I had to lose like 10 pounds on that dance floor. Dude, I was. And then I'd have to go take a break. Dance floor would die for a little bit. Then I'd come back in and start jumping and filming people. Everyone started getting excited again. And I'm like, oh, God, I got to take a break. I didn't know I needed to practice cardio.
I got a whole bunch of old phone numbers from people that I remember and like want to hang out with in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's cool. Really.
I know that each one of those people I had in my phone originally as a phone number, and then I was like, I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm going to delete it.
Really, you got a birthday coming up. We already kind of have an idea.
Do I have a birthday coming up?
You do have a birthday coming up.
How old am I going to be?
31.
Uh-huh.
You're going to be my age, buddy. So, like, I thought about hitting them back up for that whole event that we want to do for your birthday and see, like, if we can get fucking 50, 60 people. I mean, we'll have to dominate a whole table.
Jeez!
But it'd be sick, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
I mean, even if it's just 20 people, it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Be pretty fun. No, overall, I thought their wedding was a great experience.
Oh, it was a great experience, yes.
I
agree.
I don't know how they felt about it. I know the whole wedding part itself. It seemed like it seemed like it was that dude's first time giving a speech. Like, he messed up a bunch. Then at one point, half the crowd standing, sitting, because he's just like, it seemed like there was step by step how it was telling them.
Like something in parentheses that says, okay, have the people sit down.
And he would just read it.
Yeah, he would read it. All right, we're going to have the people sit down, and now and you're like,
are we sitting? Are we? And then he just keeps going, and
the bride advances to the groom, the handoff. Oh, okay.
And then they had an older priest come up. They both went to a Catholic school. Yeah. So he came up and he went to give a speech, and they handed this guy a microphone. And the whole time he's been in the background with his microphone on his mouth, like he's been waiting and waiting. And finally, it's his turn, and he goes up to bat, right?
Yeah.
And he just moves the microphone behind him.
Shit.
And you couldn't hear anything. That at the end, he brings the microphone back and goes, because I laughed in the middle of their wedding and I felt so bad. But he's like, and now you are married, not just on earth, but in heaven too. And in Ohio. And Youngstown. And Akron. And Pennsylvania. And Erie. And Pittsburgh. And he does this. He just keeps listing cities. It's like Joe Biden up there. I felt bad, like the dude's stuck. Yeah, like, dude, you said earth and heaven. You covered it all.
Yeah.
You covered it. Earth and heaven. You got it.
I mean, honestly, he had to kind of pick the diocese because it's all separated into different regions for the diocese. No, legitimately, like...
Dude, that's kind of... Come on. He said earth and heaven. That covers all of it. What more do we need?
Would you have been more aggravated if you went through the cities, then said earth and
Yes,
heaven?
I think I would have been. If you took 20 minutes naming every city, because I would have been like, man, they're only married in those cities, and he goes earth and heaven. I'm like, what a waste of time. Like, what a big waste of time.
Right.
But overall, beautiful night. It was a fun experience. Yeah. And honestly, little things like that are gonna happen. You just gotta learn to laugh at them in them big moments. But Drew, I think we talked about us enough.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Let's do it.
You ready for some dumb, stupid questions from Reddit?
Let's do it.
All right. Hit it.
Our first question here. Gonna do one of CJ's trigger words.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see how it works.
I don't like trigger words.
Is it normal that I want COVID to come back?
No. What?
Let me finish it up here. I don't want COVID to kill people, of course. But damn, do I miss lockdowns sometimes. Nobody looks strange at me when I was not going to go out tonight. Binge watching a series was acceptable. Spending the better part of your free time gaming was acceptable. I could hold my uni presentations via Zoom, which I really liked, less nervous. There were less people outside, that I actually enjoyed going outside for a walk or whatever. No loud parties in my neighborhood, masks felt good, more privacy. I miss it.
Maybe he's just living in the wrong fucking area. You ever think that, bud? Maybe you're just in the wrong area. If you want somewhere that's a little bit more peaceful, maybe move to the country. Not wish sickness upon motherfuckers. And don't force me to stay in my house. So basically, this fuck's saying, like, I liked it better when everyone's freedoms were restricted because it bothered me less. Just live somewhere else, bro. Get out of the city, go somewhere smaller, and you'll be happier. Because I'll tell you what, not one fuck around here, not one person gives a fuck what I do. Like, you binge watch an episode, whatever series. Have you ever had a person around here, how dare you binge watch stuff? Like, first off, his complaints don't even seem valid. Like, I don't think anyone's making fun of you. They're probably just asking you to go out, and you're like, no, and antisocial. That's okay.
Right?
But you need to be happy that people at least want to hang out with you. At least they're asking you to do things and care about you. Jeez. Hey, we can get out now. Go get out. They just want you to be friendly and healthy and have friends. Is that wrong?
Maybe.
Is that wrong of them wanting you to actually, like, be part of society? How dare they?
So I'm going to type this up because we are going to comment these.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to comment your candid thoughts.
Nice.
Okay?
Yeah.
First thing I have is maybe you're just living in the wrong area. Live more in the country and you'll be happier.
Yeah.
Don't wish sickness on the world.
Right. That seems very selfish.
It seems selfish.
No, it doesn't seem... It is selfish.
It is selfish.
It is very selfish.
Anything else you want to add?
Yeah. Yeah. Tell him this is better than the alternative. Would he rather not have people ask him to go do things? Or not have friends who want him to go out and participate in their lives? And if so, maybe just tell your friends, like, hey, I'm done being friends. But if you want to have friends, you got to keep those relationships. Relationships are a ship. Because you got to sail the rocky seas with them, man. Come on now.
I'm not going to say all of that.
Why not?
This would be better than the alternative. You would rather have friends that ask you.
Yeah. That force you to get outside.
That force you to get outside.
Yeah. Do new things. Nothing wrong with that. He seems like a whiner. Really.
There you go. All right.
Tell him.
Commented.
Okay. I was going to say, you also could put, from my perspective, you sound like a whiner.
Not trying to get banned.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to be supportive, but get your point across.
I am being
without
supportive.
being mean.
I'm not being mean.
Is how you get banned.
I'm being honest.
I know.
From where I sit, hearing your complaints, it sounds like a first world problem, and you sound like a whiner.
All right, on to the next one.
Okay.
I'm a 26-year-old guy, fairly attractive. And again, this is an opinion.
Okay.
Educated, good income, healthy, etc.
Okay.
Is it a red flag to women that I have like zero dating experience?
Yes.
Just
Big
haven't
red
really
flag.
focused on it until this point in my life. The flings I had were fleeting and quick, and I have no hard feelings towards any of them. But starting to worry that I'll push girls away because they'll think something is off with me.
I don't think so. Maybe they will. I'm kind of in the same boat.
I think everybody matures at their own time.
Me too. I think a girl's only going to be weird about it if you've never dated somebody ever. Or never had a long relationship.
Right.
Then that might be a little red flag because that's going to send like you've never committed to anything. But there's other ways that you could show commitment. You don't have to have relationships to show commitment. That's the biggest thing they're looking at is they want to know your past dating history because they want to see if you're willing to actually work things out. You know?
Right.
So they're using that as judgment on how committed you will be to something. But that doesn't mean relationships are the only thing to show commitment. You know, they're just as happy to see you do, like, even though it's stupid, and I know I always bring this up, but like a bowling league. I run my own bowling league and do that, but it's a commitment, and they like to see that. Us on our podcast, it's a commitment, and they can use that and see that and go, okay, these guys are willing to commit and do things, you know?
Right.
They're willing to work on stuff, and that's what they're looking for. So,
do you think that it actually would become a better thing that women don't... I know this for a fact. One of the worst things that a woman sees is past experiences with other women.
okay.
If they have good experiences of those and it like ended well and they're friends with it and everything, then that's an added bonus. But if it was a really bad breakup, then they think, oh, what's this guy gonna act like towards me?
Yeah.
So you think it's better to have a blank slate?
No. I think most girls would rather you have bad relationships, and if they like you, they're going to make excuses on your bad relationships. I mean, look at these douchebags who just keep getting women after women. Right. So realistically, if all you're worried about is the women's side of how they're looking at it, then no. It'd be better to probably just have a bunch of shit on there.
Well,
realistically, it would be better to look for someone who has a clean record.
One of the things that I saw the other day is it was a would you rather question that was directed towards women. Would you rather have something else or a pill that made the guy forget all of his exes?
Yeah. But here's the thing. Women are attracted to men who are in relationships more than people who are single because it shows like, hey, they can provide and take care of things. Like you can look it up. It's a statistic. I say that. You can look it up. It sounds bad. But really, it's a thing, right? And because it just shows commitment. It shows that you're willing to take care of somebody. And that's really what they're looking for. So I still think it'd be better to have like a little bit of a past. Well, at least have a record like, hey, I dated someone for a few years to show like you can at least be committed.
Yeah. But what if it's more of a commitment towards his job and other things instead of just the women?
Well, and that's fair. But that's how you have to pitch it.
Right.
I mean, realistically, it's a red flag depending... You could just tell them it's only a red flag depending on how you pitch it.
All right, so what I'm going to send to him, it's only a red flag if it looks like you haven't committed to anything before. Women are looking for that, and you can show it in other ways. You were working on other things, and that's how you have to pitch it.
Boom. Perfect.
Done. We're helping people.
That's right. I know because I'm dating nobody. That's the guy you want to get advice from.
So this one, to be fair, I can't make a comment on.
Okay.
But this one was kind of tailor-suited towards you, and we are going to upvote the one that we think is closer towards the comments that are already on there.
Gotcha.
Okay? Are you supposed to tip barbers? I've always tipped people based on how they pay their job or how their jobs pay them. For example, most waiters and waitresses rely on tips. Baggers at some grocery stores rely on tips. With this tipping culture, I've never known who to tip and who not to. So the other day I got a Subway sandwich and it asked me at the checkout screen how much I wanted to tip my sandwich maker. I didn't think I needed to. We're going to get to that. This begs my question, do barber shops and salons fall under the appropriate tipping category?
Me personally, I don't care if you tip at all.
No?
I make the haircut that price because that's what I'm willing to get out of the haircut.
And you think that tipping is just, hey, you
Added.
did an even better job.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can't worry about it because not everyone's going to tip and not everyone has the freedom to tip. Some people only have the money to come in and pay the haircut price, and that's fine.
Right.
And here's the thing. I'd much rather be able to charge more for a haircut than charge less. But my rule of thumb would be look up how much local haircuts are. Usually they're around $30. If you go to a shop where it's cheaper than that, you should probably tip them.
Up to that.
Because that means those people starting out, because they live off of that.
Right.
I never liked the idea of tipping. I thought that was stupid. I think it's really retarded for a business to go, oh, I hope that my customers pay them enough to survive.
So the job that you're at right now, we're not going to get into the finances and everything of that, but one of your other ones, the more commercial shop that you were at.
Yeah.
Did you specifically work more towards tips? Were you like a waiter, or did you get paid a price and then still get the tips on top?
Yeah, you got paid a regular hourly wage, plus you got your tips on top.
Okay.
And the way they would do it there, the chain ways, this is why you get bad haircuts lots of times at chain restaurants, but haircuts, is because they're getting paid per haircut that they get done per hour.
Right.
Okay? And the faster they can get it done, the more money they make per hour. But if they slow down on one, that can mess up their whole day. Then all of a sudden, let's say you could have been on spot to make $30 an hour that day, get a color to come in, it takes you a little extra. Now all of a sudden you drop down to $15 an hour that day.
Right.
So because it's so rush-based and in and out-based, that's where you get a lot of mess-ups.
Okay.
But, I mean, I would say no. Like me in Subway, I would not tip a motherfucker at Subway.
No.
Sorry.
I was actually going to bring this up at some point or another. When you go to, like, pick up your food or whatever, so you go to McDonald's, you don't tip at the drive-thru.
Right.
And sometimes they'll, like, put the thing out in front of you and go, hey, do you want a tip?
Yeah.
If you go, like, into Walmart and you get an Annie Ann's pretzel, do you tip there?
No.
Sometimes I will. If I have, like, a single or whatever in my wallet, I'll throw it in the thing.
Tip, yeah.
If I've got change that's burning a hole in my pocket, sure, I'll drop it in. Anything's better than nothing at that point because it was originally going to be nothing.
Right. I think the idea of tipping is kind of weird. And for anyone foreign, it has to be hard to understand who the tip. Because once you live long enough in America, you realize who gets paid what.
Right.
So, like, you know the pizza delivery people don't get paid a full wage because they assume people are tipping.
Right.
So that's why you always tip them, because their job's fucking them, basically.
Right.
So
a couple of the answers here is a flat word, yes. There was also a flat word, no. And neither of those really match up. So let's go into some of the weirder ones.
Right.
In the U.S., barbershops and hairstylists fall under the you are expected to tip category. Somebody making a fast food or other restaurant, tipping is completely optional. Another answer is yes, if you notice a barber's haircut is always like $17.40 or $22.25, common practice is to hand them the dollar amount and then just say keep the change.
Most people do.
Right.
Yeah.
One says if you don't tip your barber, I recommend don't going back to that barber.
Some guys are petty like that. That's where it gets weird with me because of my job. Like, there's some people, they'll come in, I'll talk to them about some of my other clients because they know them, and they have a much different experience than I do. But you're not going to act mean to the guy cutting your hair.
Would you rather a customer come in every 2 weeks for a haircut and
not tip,
or come in once a month and tip?
Well, probably every 2 weeks.
Consistently.
Most people usually come a month. Most people wait 3-4 weeks for a haircut. Right. So that's just a typical person coming in. But I'm going to make more money off the guy coming every 2 weeks.
Right. So in that case, think about that.
Right.
Another one says, absolutely, they are service-based. You should tip at least 20% of the cost. Another one says, I always go to the same dude and tip them $10 each time. They must have kind of something set up.
Never took... People would offer me tips, and if they were persistent, I would take them when I was doing exterminating, but it's not something I ever looked at, and it's not something I expected people to tip me for.
Right.
I expect
Were you more willing to take it if it was a harder job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I did a good job, so
it makes sense. Or like if it was like you get there and you're like, oh yeah, it's bees, but they didn't tell you it was in the most death fucking place ever, and the beehive is bigger than you, and you're like, yeah, I'll take some fucking extra money. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But I really looked at it like my business should pay me more, not them.
Right.
We're charging them enough, and at the time I know the business was making enough, so pay me more.
Right.
Don't expect the customers to pay.
The last one that I think you're going to like here, the last comment that we have, only tip if you like the haircut.
Yeah. Actually, my biggest complaint when it comes to this whole thing, I wish people would just tell you they didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because I would, like, some people, they'll leave. He left it longer than what I wanted. I'm upset.
Or what if people actually did this? What if everybody was on the same page and they only tipped you if they liked the haircut?
I mean, you can do that. But I'd much rather you just kind of tell me what you like or what you don't like. That way next time I could try better if you do come in. Or I can know where I messed up. Or I could try to fix what I messed up. Or worse comes worse, I just wouldn't charge you. I'm not trying to give you a haircut you don't like. That is not something I'm trying to do. Right. So if you come in and you don't like it, I'd much rather you tell me than go out and be upset than tell everybody like, oh, he fucked me up. You know? That hurts me worse.
So if you get a review that says he didn't take my advice on the thing, that would hurt you way more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he didn't fucking bring it up.
Right. Exactly. Let's say afterwards he commented like, oh, he left this long and I don't like that. And it's like, well, because some people, you ask them, well, how do you want your sideburns? I don't know. You're the professional.
Well, you are.
Which is true. But you can't complain if I take your sideburns off then. Right? Like, you can't give me no direction and be upset with the direction I picked.
Yeah. At that point, do you cut it just a little bit to see if they like it?
Basically, what you do is you line it up kind of with the ear right here.
Okay.
And then that's the typical kind of sideburn length.
So,
now, someone like me, I like mine pointed, so I leave mine longer.
Right.
Yours is a little different. We fade yours into your beard.
Right. So which one of these comments would you suggest we upvote?
I would probably just, I don't know.
No?
Yeah, I think that'd be the best. Is just no.
A straight no?
Just a straight no.
Okay.
If you do tip them, cool. You know, that's cool. But you shouldn't expect it. And most of the time, barbers run off by renting their chairs. So this is his own business. He's making all the money off the haircut.
Right.
He should be charging what he needs to charge. If not, he's a bad businessman. Don't help him out.
All right, this one's kind of a long one. Are you ready for this next one?
Yeah.
This is a not safe for work one. So if you're at work, put headphones
Dude,
in.
our whole show's not safe for work. If you've been watching us at work, woo! I mean, cool.
You watch us at work?
Yeah. Yeah, I get away with it.
My boyfriend watches porn in bed next to me most mornings.
Wow.
Do other guys do this frequently?
No. I would be so scared to look up a nude photo. Dude, unless we talked about it before, I would feel like my nuts would get cut off if you pulled that shit.
I get guys wake up with morning wood, but all basically morning woods. Most mornings he wakes up with morning wood.
Yeah.
Watching porn and touching himself next to me. He knows I'm not horny like that in the mornings all the time, so I understand if he wants to do stuff every time he sees me, and I shouldn't be upset if he does wind up watching porn.
Right.
But it still makes me feel not so great waking up in the morning, most mornings, to him watching porn with a bunch of other women. Mm-hmm. Even if I do happen to wake up in the mood, it completely ruins any chance of me wanting to do stuff that morning, waking up a little bit like that. I've told him about this, and he does turn it off if I wake up, but it still makes me feel weird since he clearly is in the mood to do things, and I am not after that. It's just uncomfortable knowing most mornings he wakes up and watches it, trying not to wake me up, even though we're right next to each other. Do other guys watch porn most mornings while laying next to your partner? I'm just curious if this is more of a normal thing for guys than I thought it was. And there's an edit. We've been together 3 years and lived together. I have no fear whatsoever that he would cheat on me. It's just the porn in the morning sometimes. It's been more common since my libido has been lowered than usual the past 2 or 3 months.
I think this is a very, very common thing between relationships. Men usually keep their libido and women's kind of falls off.
This one specifically is a little out of left field.
See, I don't know. I really enjoy sex in the morning more than going to bed.
Yeah.
Like it, and I think there's like studies to show that it's really healthy to have it in the morning.
I like it at night more.
I'm like this dude. I wake up and I'm ready. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, let's get shit started. So this is where it gets complicated.
I was more so talking about the
porn.
I
think this is where it gets complicated because if I have a high libido and this is when like we usually have our relations, and now all of a sudden I'm not getting that, but I still need to release this.
Yeah.
And I think it's acceptable if you talk to your loved one. Now, sometimes if the loved one doesn't want you doing that, and then she kind of, I hate to say do your wifely duty because it sounds awful, but this is where you kind of got to be partners. You got to understand what your partner needs and deliver it. Because it seems like that's the number one time. Now, if you don't want to do it all the time, you got to give that dude a release, and that's fine. And if this is how they kind of choose to have a relationship, then that's it, you know? But I don't think it's anything very unnatural. He might have a little bit of a porn addiction you might want to check out. But I don't think there's anything wrong with him having a high libido in the morning. I don't know. Because, like, is he always hypersexual?
Or is it just in the morning?
Or is it just in the morning? And that might be, maybe it'd be better to save your time when you are going to do some lovemaking for then.
Yeah. Misplace it. Or redirect it.
Yeah.
It's that time.
Yeah, redirect. And, you know, maybe sometimes you gotta, I don't know, your girl ever want to do it? You never really been that much in the mood, but you did anyways?
Yeah.
Just kind of like that. You gotta satisfy them. You know, okay, they want some love. They need some attention. You know how many times I cuddled on the couch? I don't want you laying on me and being sweaty. But
right.
They want that love.
Yeah. On the flip side, there's also some times where sometimes guys don't want the romance. Sometimes you just want to get your job done, get it quick,
and go
hop
on
in the
with
shower and, you know.
Go on with life, yeah.
Go meet your friend. Just wash your fucking hands.
Right. And sometimes you don't want to start the whole thing. It's just wham, bam, thank you. I got this done. So I think I think it's just something natural. And if you're not scared in a relationship, that's wonderful. That shows you how open he is with them. But that means, like, if you want him to stay that open, go ahead and kind of reward the man, right? Reward the dog when they do good stuff. If that's how your relationship goes, that's how it goes. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. No different than, like, some people can have a relationship with multiple partners and all be happy. But I don't know if I could do it, but...
I would not be able to handle 2 girls. I could barely handle the fucking one that I got.
Dude, I would just tell him to stop. I would not be good. I'd just be bitching.
You too, now.
I'd be bitching the entire... Dude, wouldn't that be the worst, too, to be in that type of relationship, but the other one doesn't want to be involved with that?
Yeah.
So, like, your girl's getting shared, but you don't get to get the belt. Yeah. The only way that's happening is if we're having belt time, you know?
So the comment that I put in, it's kind of normal. Some guys like it that particular way. A high libido in the morning is not a bad thing. If he does not have a bullet in the chamber when it comes to your lovemaking, then it's a problem.
Right.
Reward the dog if everything else seems fine.
There you go.
Good?
Good. Reward the dog if everything seems fine.
From your word, from your mouth to my fingers.
I like that. You make me sound smart.
You'll like this one.
Ooh.
Actually, let's kind of skip around here.
Okay.
We'll do a couple quick ones here. Is it weird to get turned off by seeing the vagina?
Is that it?
No.
Okay.
I'm a straight man, 19, not sure if
Are you?
this would affect it, but I've only ever had one girlfriend and we just had sex a handful of times. We were long distance and only visited twice. Part of the reason we didn't have sex more often was because I looked down to make sure I was getting it in the right hole. I'd see the flaps and all that and pretty much get soft instantly. As you can imagine, it was a mood killer, and so I tried not to. Is this a normal reaction?
No. It's normal if you're a homosexual, or you're what do they call those people that don't have sex? That are like
eunuch?
Yeah, or a eunuch. But there's another term for the people who just don't have a high libido. Asexual. Like if you don't have a high libido, then it's totally normal. But if here's the thing: if you're a straight man and a vagina turns you off, are you sure you're straight, dude? Because it's not the shape of the vagina that excites you. You know what I mean? It's what it does. So you look at it, your brain gets excited because it knows the feeling, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So if you don't like the feeling and your brain's not making that connection, are you sure this is even what you want?
I mean, yeah.
So maybe you're not as sexual of a being as you thought you were, and that's okay. Or maybe you like men, and that's fine too. Do dicks turn you on? When you look at a wiener, does it make you hard?
We had one friend who coincidentally was shopping with porn with us.
Yeah.
He was shopping for porn with us one day, and we brought up a lesbian.
Yeah, it was weird. You guys remember those CD stores, like FYI or whatever?
Yeah.
And there'd be music, everyone's looking, and then just a weird porn section out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we were.
They had covers up.
Yeah, we weren't in a porn store. So for him to be looking at porn, it was very awkward.
So we were like, oh, hey, here's this lesbian video. And he's like, no, I like seeing the dick go in. And we're like...
Yeah, I need a big old thick dick, he said. You might be gay. Just a tad. But I'll be honest, we know him, and he's done some questionable stuff.
That's another thing for another time. So the comment that I put here is, no, it's not normal. Are you sure you're straight? It's not the look. It's what it does and how it feels. Are you sure it's what you want?
Right.
Sad. We're fucking gaslighting everybody.
No, but it's not. Has a vagina ever turned you off? Unless it's like a real nasty infected one.
I mean, there are some... A normal vagina? No.
Okay. See? That's what I'm saying.
There are some where you hit that weird side of the internet.
Well, yeah.
And you're
it's
like,
just...
okay.
Well, yeah, but the whole lady looks weird. You know, you never see like a real pretty lady and her vagina just fucked up. It's like a whole thing. Like the whole shell looks like that.
There are also ones that you prefer more than others.
Well, yeah. Yeah. You know, like some have longer lips, some have tighter lips.
Ooh.
Did we get banned?
I don't know if we got banned, but somebody mentioned us.
Ooh. We already got a comment.
Okay.
What does it say?
I think we made them lock the thread.
About the
I don't know. We'll go back to it another time.
Is that about the vagina?
I don't know. All right, on to the next one. How flexible is a hard penis?
It matters who you are, dude. That there is no continuous story.
Of the few soft, natural, dual density dildos I've tried, they're all sorts of hurt, but I think because of pressure or them being too stiff. Can you easily, without pain, say, bend your penis into varying directions? Would you consider it flexible, really squishy, malleable, or is it actually realistic that, say, a hard penis is comparable to a cucumber and that it really doesn't bend or flex at all?
Nah, it's all different. Everyone's penis is different. Penis flexibility changes between guys. Because there's some like sex moves that you gotta have kind of a flexible penis to do. You know, you gotta be able to bend it and kind of get it into shape there. You ever watch some pornos? Man, they're putting their wiener in all kinds of weird directions. I think it's all different, but I would say on an average, at least mine, I'm basing this off of mine, it's kind of like a stick. It has a good amount of flexibility, but it can snap.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's flexibility to it. It ain't.
Oh, dude, every kid as a... Every guy as a kid has kind of tried to see.
Yeah.
But just like...
or fling cereal into your mouth. You never done that? You never put something on top and flung it?
No.
I go bang. Dude, it's fun as shit.
Doing!
Yeah, bong. Oh yeah, dude, put it right on. Morgan will love it.
There's a movie, the new guy.
The new guy, yeah.
So if you bend it too far, it's gonna snap and break.
It will. But I mean, there's ones where like if you're over the girl and you're not like between her legs, but her legs are between yours, and you're kind of doing that like weird doggy style thing, you kind of got to be able to have a little bit of flexibility. Not everyone has all that. So it's dependent. But I would probably say the bigger and girthier, the less movement. So maybe, my suggestion is maybe you're picking ones too big. Your finger can get the job done.
Well, she's talking about dildos, too.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Maybe she's picking too big of dildos.
Yeah.
That's what like maybe your eyes are bigger than your fucking vulva here, okay?
So the comment that I put is, it's all different. It changes between guys. Have you ever seen the movie The New Guy? It's possible to break.
Right.
The bigger and girthier, the less movement.
Right. I would tell her try different sizes. Oh.
Oops.
I would have put try different sizes. No, you might be picking something bigger than what you can handle.
Damn.
Well, every girl's depth is different too.
Right.
So.
That's why Hank Hill and Peggy Hill had a good relationship.
Right. She's very shallow.
This is the last question that I was so fucking excited about. Do you automatically start to enjoy porn with old people in it once you become old yourself?
You know what? I have lived through this. So, like, I remember being young and my dad talking about women, you know. Oh, look at that girl, she's hot. And it'd be an older woman, probably now around the age I am. You know, but I was young and I'd be like, yeah, old.
Yeah.
I don't think that now. So, yeah, I think I think the older you get, the more you accept how you look, and you're willing to forgive others on how they look.
So this one in particular goes a little in depth.
Okay.
It said, old is subjective. Of course, I say 80 plus.
Oh.
For the sake of argument.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Time will tell. I'm going to say yes. Just because it happens with every stage of life, so why would that stage be different?
Okay.
You know, I don't see why that stage would be different. And like I said, the older you get, the more you accept how others look. So maybe those wrinkles you won't mind as much because you got a shit ton of wrinkles and your balls are tucked into your socks. So you're okay. You know, like if right now, if I took a woman's bra off and her titties didn't droop a little bit, I'm not sure if I'd be used to it. Okay. So it's just one of those things. I think so, yeah.
So let's see if you got anything else to add. I said yes. It happens with every stage of life. The older you get, the more you start liking things you can compare yourself to.
Yeah. All you're trying to do is find common bonds, and that's one thing. Yeah, you see yourself in it.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful, Drew. You've been wonderful. So which one got blocked? Was it the porn one? Was it the lady porn one?
I don't know, but now we got to do cut. Oh, okay. That was ours. It's already been upvoted one time.
What was? Which one? Which one been upvoted?
The last one we did.
Right now?
Yeah.
The one we just posted?
Yeah.
Who read it that fast?
Maybe us. I don't know.
I don't know how you read it that fast. So that's all of them, huh?
That's it.
I'm happy that we could share our knowledge.
Well, there's more of them, but...
Oh, yeah. It's a whole Reddit thing.
Right.
So there's a shit ton, but that's all that we wanted
That's
to go
all the
through.
good ones we wanted.
Well, Drew.
CJ?
You know what that means.
Yeah?
I'm warmed up and bent over. You ready to plug?
Okay, I was waiting for the third pop. We're at Anchor, Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts for the Lunch Table PBJ. That's probably how you're listening to us right now, and if you are,
keep go ahead and doing that.
Wow. We're at YouTube and Rumble at the Lunch Table PBJ. That might be how you're watching us right now, so if you are,
keep go ahead and doing that.
We're at Twitter at LunchTablePBJ. That's how you can stay up to date in some of the stuff that we're doing, as well as take part in our polls.
I love it when you take care of my polls.
That's not what I said, but
Oh.
we're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page, The Munchies. That's how you can stay up to date in everything that we're doing, and as well as start a conversation. That's how you can tell us what you want.
And if you tell us what you want, we will provide it.
Right.
In our own special way, though.
Most
Not the way you're telling us.
Right.
But our own
This is
special way.
our show.
Our show! And I'll be damned.
We're on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts at the Lunch Table PBJ. CJ takes care of those. He does a wonderful job. He has some really great ideas coming up. They're mind-blowing.
Thank you. I love blowing
Now
minds.
you have to deliver, because I built it up.
Ah, damn it.
And lastly, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be a person that gives a little bit extra, that's the way to do it.
Little extra.
Right. Now we're also on Reddit.
Yeah, that is true. We should start our own Reddit page.
Right.
That'd be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look out for that. We're probably going to start our own Reddit page.
Yeah.
I like that.
Maybe that's how we'll have people vote from now on.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll put some cool shit
Maybe
up.
if they would comment and let us know if they'd like it.
CJ,
Yes.
take us home.
Ooh, first I would like to thank you for stopping by, Drew, and being you. It's always fun.
Stopping by.
Stopping by at your own house. As always, thanks for being here. Drew,
CJ?
I know we've been giving advice this whole time. You got any advice?
Yeah, sometimes you just need a dance.
I love that. Work hard, play hard.
Hard play.
hard. See ya.